Hello guys, welcome to Octocoder. We are thrilled to have you join us on this exhilarating journey of crafting the Find My Restaurant application. I hope you have been relishing every moment as we continue to make remarkable progress in laying the strong foundation for our project. In our previous session, we accomplished some incredible feats together. We meticulously constructed a series of RESTful APIs for our Find My Restaurant application. Starting with the implementation of the Add Restaurant functionality, we swiftly move on to creating an API that fetches the entire roster of restaurants in our database. And that's just the beginning. We also venture into crafting a mechanism to retrieve distinct categories, whether it's dine-in or takeout. To top it off, we sculpted an API that allows you to explore restaurants based on their category. We even ventured into advanced territory, uncovering the secrets of searching for specific restaurants using unique IDs and fine-tuning our results by rating values. All in all, we have been on a journey to make your quest for delightful dining experience even smoother. But our ascent to new heights doesn't end there. Today, we are delving deeper into the robust backend of our application, Find My Restaurant. In this session, we are taking on two pivotal operations, updating and deleting restaurant data. It's all about refining and maintaining the integrity of our Find My Restaurant application. With unwavering enthusiasm, we are ready to conquer new challenges and expand our coding horizons. Without further ado, let's dive into the world of code as we embark on this thrilling episode of the Find My Restaurant series. Grab your favorite beverage, clear your workspace, and let's code. Thank you for being here, and together, let's make this coding journey nothing short of remarkable. So without any more delay, let's feast our minds on the world of code. In our previous session, we made significant progress by creating and thoroughly testing several REST API endpoints. Today, we are taking the next step by exploring a crucial API endpoint outlined in our documentation. Our existing APIs already cover a range of functionalities such as adding, listing, categorizing restaurants, and even filtering them by ratings. However, the spotlight today is one of the most vital endpoints, updating specific restaurant details. This endpoint plays a pivotal role in allowing us to precisely modify restaurant information using its unique ID. To achieve this, we employ the HTTP put method to perform updates seamlessly. By sending a request with restaurant's ID, we will effortlessly retrieve and modify the corresponding information. To illustrate, consider the API endpoint put API restaurant ID. With this understanding in mind, let's now dive into the coding process. So in our restaurant controller file, here let's start with comments. Add a comment, update restaurant by ID, code starts here, and also end comment, code ends here. Okay, so let's create a synchronous function which is exportable. So exports dot update restaurant equal to async, and this will require request and response parameters. Then const curly braces and inside id equal to request.params. Then our logic goes inside try and catch block. Inside try block, first let's create restaurant object. So const restaurant object, in short obj, equal to curly braces. Then inside curly braces, write our fields. So we have name colon request dot body dot name comma description colon request dot body dot description. I'll just do fast forward, write all fields, okay, and make sure you writing spelling correct as given in schema model. Okay, this is validation for required fields in the restaurant object. It ensures that you only update the fields that are provided in the request body. Okay, then const restaurant equal to await keywords restaurant dot find by id, or you can use find by id and update method. This is commonly used for updating specific documents in MongoDB collection. When you know their unique IDs, it's useful for scenario like updating user profiles, editing product details, or modifying any document that can be identified by a unique identifier. So find by id and update method. Okay, then id restaurant obj and new true. When you set new to true, it instructs find by id and update to return the update document as the result of the operation. Okay, then if restaurant is successfully updated, then we will send response status code 200 and restaurant and message restaurant updated successfully. Else we will send status code 404 message no restaurant found for given id, and inside catch block we log error message. So console.log some error occurred while updating restaurant and error.message, and we will send response.status code 500 and send message some error occurred while updating restaurant. And that's it. Save this file and now let's do routing. Okay, so let's open our restaurant route file. Here we only use HTTP 2 methods. One is post and second is get method. But now we are updating restaurant details. So here for update we have put method. So app.put method and API/restaurant/:id. Okay, here don't get confused because we have written same here in this API endpoint, but here we have used get method and now we using put method. Okay, then restaurant controller and update restaurant function. That's it. We done routing. So let's test it out in Postman. So let's run application, open terminal and node app.js, enter and successfully connected to database. Perfect, everything's fine. Open Postman. Here, this is our previously created API endpoint for get restaurant by rating value. So let's check it working fine or not. Click on send button and status 200 success. And we have all restaurant list greater than 3 ratings. Perfect. So let's add new request here. Give name update restaurant. Then here HTTP method we need to select put for update. Make sure that is put. Okay, then our API URL after restaurant we need to provide object ID. So let's copy from this rating API. Here let's copy this last document ID, copy and paste here. Okay, now we need to write fields for update. So here select body, then raw, and here select JSON format. Okay, then inside curly braces write our fields and this is JSON format. So make sure all in double quotes. Okay, so first is name. So what was our name? Here let's check Octa restaurant. Okay, so now let's update. Let's give name Tao Bao. Then description Chinese cuisine. Okay, what's next field? Let's just copy these fields so we won't make spelling mistakes. Okay, so copy this category to rating. Okay, and paste here. So let's update this category take out. Then location update Chinese, phone 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 just for example. Okay, and rating 4. All right, so let's click on send button and voila, we got status code 200. Okay, and we get output restaurant updated successfully. That's perfect. Now let's check on MongoDB Compass. It got updated or not. So here in restaurant DB, restaurant collection, and here let's see Tao Bao restaurant document. And here it is before it was Octa restaurant. Now we updated to Tao Bao Chinese cuisine restaurant. Great. So update is working fine. And if you give wrong ID here, let's delete last 2 characters, write anything and click on send button. And we get response status code 404 not found and message no restaurant found for given ID. Perfect. So now in case we didn't write request body fields here, so let's delete all these fields and here ID is correct. ID, let's correct it. Copy this ID and paste here because we changed last 2 characters before. Okay, so click on send button and we get data here which is wrong. it should have response restaurant data is required because we are sending empty body, right? So in our controller, we need to write code. So let's write it for that. Here, const curly braces, write all the fields separated by comma. Okay, name, description, location, rating, then equal to request.body. Then if it is not found name or description or all other fields, okay, then we will send response.status code 400 and send message restaurant data is required. Okay, save it and restart server. And now click on send button. And there you go. We got response restaurant data is required. Congratulations, all perfect now. And if you write all fields with correct ID, so let's write all fields again. Let's just copy this. Make some changes. Name, give JW Marriott, Indian, dine in, location Mumbai, 5 star. Okay. Now let's click on send button and voila! We get status code 200 and restaurant updated successfully, and now everything's look perfect. Congratulations! Now you just learned how to update data. That's great. Now let's move on to the final API endpoint, which is the delete operation. As we refer to our documentation, we can see that we have two delete options, delete restaurant and delete all restaurants. Let's start by examining the example provided here. This API is responsible for deleting the details of restaurant with a specific ID. Upon a successful deletion, the response will confirm that the restaurant has been deleted successfully. Now let's proceed to write the code for this operation. So let's add comment. First, delete restaurant by ID code starts here and ends here. Okay. Let's export asynchronous function which is exportable. So exports dot delete restaurant equal to async, and this will require request and response parameter. Then const curly braces ID equal to request.params. Our logic goes inside try and catch block. Inside try block, const restaurant equal to await keywords restaurant dot find by ID and delete method and ID to find and delete the restaurant document based on the provided ID. Okay, and we will send response status code 200 send restaurant and message restaurant deleted successfully. And inside catch block we handles error. So log some error occurred while deleting restaurant and error.message and send response status code 500 send message some error occurred while deleting restaurant. That's it. Save this and let's write route API endpoint in our route file. Here let's just copy this and for delete we define http delete method. Okay, then here delete restaurant function. That's it. Run application again and let's test it on Postman. Let's add new request here and give name delete restaurant. Okay, and HTTP method select delete. Then API URL after restaurant. Let's fetch all restaurant and here let's copy this last document ID and paste here and click on send button. And there you go. We get response 200 and restaurant deleted successfully. Great. So now last API endpoint is delete all restaurant. Let's check example for expected output. Here this API deletes all existing details of the restaurants. After hitting the API, the output you can expect is here we will get response acknowledge true and deleted count and message restaurant deleted successfully. Okay, so let's do code for this one. So let's write comments delete all restaurant code starts here and ends here. Okay, so let's create a asynchronous function which is exportable. So exports dot delete all restaurant equal to async and request response parameters. Then our logic goes inside try and catch block. Inside try block, const restaurant equal to await restaurant dot delete many method to delete all restaurants in the database and write curly braces, and const curly braces deleted count equal to restaurant. If deleted count is greater than 0, it responds with status code 200 and an acknowledge true the number of deleted restaurant count and message restaurants delete successfully, and else count is already 0, then there were no restaurants to delete, so we still return an acknowledgement and deleted count of 0 and message no restaurant found to delete. Okay, and inside catch block we log error console.log some error occurred while deleting restaurants and error.message, and send response status code 500 and message some error occurred while deleting restaurants. So we done code. Now let's write API endpoint in route 5. Let's just copy this and paste, and here remove ID because we deleting all restaurants, so no need ID. Okay, change function delete all restaurant function. Okay, save the files and let's start server again. Open Postman, let's add new request, give name delete all restaurant, and HTTP method select delete. Okay, and here API URL until restaurant. Now click on send button, and there you go. We get response 200 OK and output as expected acknowledge true deleted count 5. We had 5 restaurants in our database, so 5 count and message restaurant deleted successfully. Great, now all deleted, so let's click again on send button and we get response deleted count 0 and no restaurant found to delete. Perfect, everything's great. Now let's open our get all restaurant API and click on send button, and here now we don't have any restaurant to fetch, so we fetch successfully empty list. Great, so let's test all our API endpoint one by one now. Okay, so let's start with add new restaurant in our post API here. So we have data here, so let's just click on send button, and great, we get successful response. Let's add another name Burj Khalifa takeout Dubai 7-star and send. Successfully inserted. So now let's fetch all restaurant from our get API here. Okay, click on send button and we get 2 restaurants available. Great. Now next API is get all categories. Click on send and we get dine in and take out categories. Perfect. Now next API get by category name. So here take out. Okay, let's click on send button and we get take out category restaurant. Great. Then next API we have get by ID. So let's click on send and we get ID not found because that was previous ID we provided. So now let's copy this ID and paste here. Click on send and there you go. We get restaurant details by particular ID. Great. So next API endpoint is rating value. Okay, rating 3. Click on send. We have 5 and 7 rating restaurant. So let's write only 7 rating value and send. So we get 1 restaurant which have 7 ratings. Perfect. Now next API endpoint is update by ID. So let's copy this Burj Khalifa ID. Okay, and paste here. Name Okta restaurant all okay. Click on send button and update it successfully. Now delete by ID. Let's copy this ID and paste here and send, and there you go. Particular restaurant deleted successfully. And the last and final API is delete all restaurants. So let's click on send button and there you go. All restaurant deleted successfully. Congratulations fellow coders. We have embarked on an exhilarating journey throughout this series of crafting the Find My Restaurant application. I hope you have found every moment of it as exciting and informative as I have. Together, we have built a robust full-stack backend application equipped with powerful features and error handling. In our previous session, we covered a spectrum of RESTful APIs, starting with Add Restaurant, followed by features like listing, categorizing, filtering, and searching restaurant with fineness. We have navigated through advanced topics, exploring the secrets of curing specific restaurants and enhancing our results with rating values. It's been a journey aimed at making your quest delightful dining experience smoother and more enjoyable. However, our journey doesn't end here. In this final episode, we have dived into essential operations like updating and deleting restaurant data, ensuring the integrity and flexibility of our Find My Restaurant application. As we wrap up this coding adventure, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for being part of the Octocoder community. Your support fuels our passion for creating valuable content. If you have followed this entire series, please consider giving us thumbs up, sharing this with your friend circle, and subscribing to Octocoder channel for more exciting content. With the knowledge and skills you have gained throughout these projects, you are well equipped for your coding endeavors. This Find My Restaurant project is valuable addition to your resume portfolio, showcasing your ability to develop real-world applications. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Keep coding, keep learning, and stay curious. Until next time, happy coding everyone. Please subscribe Octocoder. Thank you.